Hi folks, this is all the fruit. Remember how I told you that in Kuala Lumpur, in the area around Pederdana Botanic Gardens, there are lots of interesting places which are not officially part of the Botanic Garden. Well, around the bird park, well, this here is the Kuala Lumpur Bird Park. See the big nets. Around the bird park, there are actually some quite wild areas. Some abandoned rubber plantations mixed with some trees left from the original rainforest, creating some sort of secondary jungle. The forest in Kuala Lumpur Eco Park is being highly marketed because it's smack in the center of Kuala Lumpur. But this is not very far away from it, and it's in an area where a lot of tourists go, and it's pretty amazing. And basically nobody mentions this jungle part. Basically here in this area there are like those rolling hills. There are a lot of different little botanic gardens and stuff. And here somebody seems to be living in the jungle. Maybe that's one reason they don't market it. Well, there is like some woman sitting around there. So I do not want to bother her too much. I will stay in this area and see what I have here. Well, I'm always forgetting the name of this palm here. But they are using the spines. They are using those stiff bristles to make brooms. I totally forgot if the fruit is edible too. Basically what they usually use are those bristles, and I think you can also tap it for sugar and for sago. Well, what else do we have? Of course, the oil palms. Here we have some small, I don't even know what this is, some small reishi or maybe liliaceae. Well, a lot of those are toxic. Yeah, pity I cannot walk further into this jungle, but I don't want to walk into somebody's living room. Those homeless people are quite obviously living here, and I don't want to film their poor lives. But as you can see, this is quite extensive. I don't know if everything is accessible. There might be fences, and down there is even a little creek. Well, maybe I can go down a little bit towards the creek. Nobody seems to be living there. But, folks, ain't that amazing? The thing is, when I was searching for jungles, pristine jungles in Borneo, it was quite hard to find them. But in more developed parts like West Malaysia, it's actually much easier to get into some quite well-preserved jungle than in the giant wilderness of Borneo, because what is left of the giant wilderness of Borneo is really not that well developed. However, here in West Malaysia, they developed some parts really well, and then right next to them there are parts which they saved. They simply did choose not to develop them. Usually those are parts in the hills and mountains, but in this case those are parts between some different parks and botanic gardens. Just look at this jungle. Now the question is this sand stable or not? Well, something in between. It's half stable. Look at that. I reached a little stream. This here basically looks and feels like being in the center of Borneo. Well, except for the oil palms here and there, and except for the sound of cars coming from up there. Well, I'm sure there will be native fish and monitor lizards here in this creek. There are monkeys around, so you should be careful. I'm sure there are a lot of fruit species. There is especially this hairy one, pedalai or tamaran, this really iconic and rare Artocarpus species, which some fruit hunters have been hunting for years without finding it. Well, here in the center of Kuala Lumpur there are dozens of trees. They are fruiting right now. The fruit are just really bad. I don't know if I'm early in the season, but the fruit are not edible except for monkeys. Well, let me explore a little bit further. The stream is also quite clean. Kuala Lumpur means muddy river mouth or junction, but this part here, this little stream here is not so muddy. Some big fruit eaten by the monkeys, or maybe some birds over there. I'm not crossing the little stream. Okay, now I am crossing the little stream. Well, ain't that amazing, folks? I mean, we do have places like this in Europe and in North America, right next to the... Oh, this could be either... Oh no, this is a different one. This might be Artocarpus. What was it? Now I'm confusing. Not Artocarpus tamaran, but this could be what they call Champedak air. I forgot the name, but look. Oh God, I'm forgetting all the names. Well, I was not prepared to find this one during this video. But look, folks, that's already the second quite rare Artocarpus species growing here. Here is a slightly more green. Well, this looks like it's too underripe. Folks, we're here in the center of Kuala Lumpur. People complimented me on finding stuff like that somewhere in the heart of Borneo, but here you can find it basically in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, we seem to be quite early in the season because those fruit are not good. I think the trees are shedding the bad fruit. And yeah, when the good fruit fall to the ground, usually they burst open with a big plop. So I might still be quite early, but I mean, I'm planning to stay over 2 months here in Malaysia. So if I'm around Kuala Lumpur again in a couple weeks, I just might pay this place here a visit and get some of those rare Artocarpus. This is some big fig which has been enjoyed by some animal. Another of those figs. They feel reasonably soft. I would try one of them if they were not nibbled by something. I don't even know what's nibbling them. But, well, in terms of jungle, this stuff is a lot more pristine than many forests I've seen in the heart of Borneo. Just because, as I said, the Malay people decided not to develop it. Well, it has been developed some time ago. Here you can see the oil palm fruit lying on the ground. But yeah, amazing forest, especially for this place. Not totally unexpected. I realize pretty much everywhere in the world there are undeveloped jungle places close to capitals. Look here, nice oil palm fruit, ripe and tasty. Tastes like a very fibrous avocado. I think oil palm fruit will be a superfruit of the future when they develop the biggest, tastiest and least fibrous varieties. It will be like a cheap avocado substitute for those areas. Okay, folks, so I'm leaving this jungle, which is separated by the road and by the forest park, just by a little hedge. See, I'm already out. Here is our Kuala Lumpur jungle. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful city of Kuala Lumpur. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.